here as we're underway in Week 15. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully.
Get ready, get ready, get ready.
What? 8, read.
53, Mike. I'm coming.
The first carry now for Dalvin Cook. And he's going to get a good gain of 9 here up to the 34.
Well, I think that's what they're going to need to do here in the first half. You've got to take some pressure off of this young quarterback, and no better way to do it than to establish the running game early.
Maybe a good spot to take a shot. Here's 2nd and a yard from the 34. From the gun, it's a give to Cook. And to the 42-yard line here and brought down there. That one a first down pickup of 8.
And there we see an early burst that makes him one of the leading rushers in the league.
Well, I want you to know, I listened to you yesterday when we were watching film. You said write down the word vision for him. It was on display there, wasn't it?
It certainly was, because he allows the blocks to set up in front of him. And if that continues, it could be a long afternoon for those guys trying to play some defense.
It's going to be a long day, offense. It's going to be a long day.
They'll run on first down. Kendall, and not much there at all. Maybe a yard up to the 43.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run.
Hey, I'm coming. Smooth. 53's to Mike. 53, check 53. Come to my world. We want it.
2nd and 9 now. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. O'Shane Jimenez in there to get him. Sack number 14 for him on the year.
2 sacks last week, another one right here. He's been unblockable lately, and I think that goes all the way back to not just his offseason, but the film study he's been doing during the week, because I think he's found matchups that he likes, and he's capitalizing.
And a few times he's even defeated double teams. He doesn't care at this point. Now a shot taken on 3rd down, but it's going to wind up incomplete.
Well, that certainly looked like something that they discussed all week in practice getting ready for this one. Take the big shot right out of the gate. At worst, you'll open up the defense a little bit, loosen them up, have them back on their heels.
That one sails out of bounds. The side judge will walk it off. And he says it went out of bounds at the 9-yard line. Nice punt.
Let's go old school there. That's absolutely a great coffin corner punt. Someone's put some time in working on that, hasn't it?
Seems like every year these guys get better and better. It's amazing how they can command that football through the air.
Yeah, they used to actually practice with hula hoops where they place them and try and put them there. Now a lot of guys use barrels on the sidelines to try and put the football in one.
Now a play fake here on first down. Forced out to his left. He'll run it, and he is out of bounds, able to get it across the 20-yard line. A nifty bit of scrambling there. 12 yards, first down.
That was an excellent job of recognizing the situation. His first read wasn't there. Heck, his second read wasn't there. But he bought himself a little extra time scrambling out of the pocket, got to the sticks, and picked up the first down.
Here we go. 51. Mike 51. Here we go. Go to 54. Go to 54. Slam.
A first down throw for Prescott. Connects here with the tight end Blake Jarwin. 7 yards to pick up on the pitch and catch.
They've got good playmakers on the offensive side of the ball. I don't know what happened last week to really hurt their performance and hold down their production, but I would dare say that this week in practice, there's a lot of talk about how they're going to increase their proficiency.
And that was a good start, getting the playmakers involved. You mentioned that to me pregame. That's what they did there.
Yeah, I think a lot of people think the coaching staff really gets on them, and that's how they motivate them. Most of these guys are self-motivated. They have a lot of pride in their performance.
That second down play nets a -4.
Nice play right there to stop him behind the line, but I want to see how this defense continues to play him here in the first half.
Yeah, we know. You know better than I. He has the ability to take over a game, so what do you do?
Yeah, I think you have to make sure that you bottle him in at varying levels, because if you crowd everyone to the line of scrimmage, if he breaks through, it's nothing but room to run.
Mike 52, Mike 52. I'm on. Alert flare, flare.
On third down, it's Prescott. And he's got his big tight end over the middle, complete. And he's got the first down yardage before being taken down at midfield. A really nice gain of 25 yards.
Hey, here we go. Here we go, 47. Mike 54. So we got man. Here we go, 47. Check 26, check 26. Under 10.
A first down carry by Elliott. He'll be taken down at the 48 for a pickup of 2 yards.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8.
Switch. Out.
Now Prescott. He'll take a shot for the end zone. Oh, he almost had it for the pick. A great chance there for the interception in the end zone. Instead, third down.
And 8 yards to go.
So the failure to connect on second down, that leaves them staring up here at a 3rd and 8.
54's Mike. Watch 54.
Prescott from the gun. And he's got Ezekiel Elliott. And he will be very close to a first down, but I see the closed fist of the referee, and that means 4th down. That will go as a pickup of 7 on the 7th play of the drive. Too long for a field goal, too short to punt. That in-between range, and they'll go for it on 4th down.
Switch. Go, Mike 51. Hey, calm down. Hey, kill. 47. Switch.
Prescott to throw on 4th. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Anthony Barr comes rumbling in for the sack. Even though they didn't get it, probably the right call. Too long for a field goal and just not a whole lot to gain from a punt there.
Yeah, you wouldn't have really netted very much yardage if you pumped the ball, right? And the thing about a field goal, and you know this from so much experience, the longer the field goal, the lower it comes out off the kick, right? Which means it's got a better chance of being blocked. So you're taking a chance either way. I like the fact they went for it.
No gain on the play. 2nd and 10 at the 47-yard line.
Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, 2nd and 10.
You must be dreaming.
Back to the ground, this time Cook. And very little running room there. He did get a couple up to the 49.
And this is why aggressive defensive coordinators love to blitz. It wreaks havoc because they end up taking their attention to the blitzers, freed up the D lineman to make the play.
And it looks like we've got a dime set here defensively. 6 DBs in the game.
Cut. 53's the Mike. 52.
From the gun, Spencer. Flushed out right. On the run, he'll let this go deep right side. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 12. And a great return as he's up close to the 40-yard line. Defensively that time, they were in zone coverage. As a rookie QB, what lesson can you learn there?
Well, understand this. You saw zone in college, and the defensive backs reacted, but they don't react like they do on this level. So when they're in zone and they see the ball coming to them, they'll react at least a half a second faster. You've got to know where you want to go with the ball and be decisive with it. Otherwise, the end result can be something you don't like. I like the idea to mix it up from time to time because, let's face it, you can't be predictable. But the execution was a little lacking on this one, right? They might want to go back to the drawing board with that call.
First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12. To throw is Prescott. Being chased out left. He's going to find Gallup here complete. That one a gain of 20 and a first down.
Right here, guys. Mike 51. We ain't giving up nothing today. Back.
First down, Prescott. Under pressure, and he'll go down. They'll sack him on what ought to be the final play of this first quarter. No score after one on EA Sports.
51's a Mike.
That huge loss on the sack makes this job much more difficult. It's now 2nd down and 22 yards to go. And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. That's going to go down as a loss of 5, and it brings up 3rd down. Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after 1st and 2nd down went backwards. It's 3rd and very long. Throwing, Prescott. Steps away to his left. He's going to run, but he's got a long way to go. The scramble good for a nice gain of 10 yards, but still 4th down.
And they had an extra defensive back on the field on that play, and the coverage was excellent. He tried to pull it down and run for it, but they rallied to him and kept him short of a first down.
And this will be out of bounds at the what here? The 12-yard line.
Let's go!
At their own 12-yard line.
The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. And this is a unit that, to be frank, doesn't look like they've woken up yet. I mean, a punt and a turnover on their first 2 drives.
And I think the game's starting to take shape a little bit now, and I'm going to take it into the basketball world. When you're having trouble scoring or moving the ball in basketball, what do? Get it to their best player, right? Find a matchup, create it, exploit it, and try and move the football.
Let's go, defense. Let's get out the field, defense. Watch out.
Recon, 132 fighter. Hit it.
They run again on first down. Cook. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4.
Let's talk a little football 101 here, because one of the keys to advancing the ball downfield, success on first down. Huge difference, as we know, between 2nd and 4 and 2nd and 8 and 9.
6 yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4.
55's Mike, guys. 55. Here we go. Check.
2nd and 4.
Check. 55's Mike. I'm coming for you.
Open here, Adam Thielen. And he'll bring it up here to right at the 40-yard line. That one a first down pickup of 8. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10.
Right there in the middle. 55. Here I come. Mike 55. Squeeze, double. Hey, check.
Operating from the gun. Spencer. And that'll wind up incomplete. Trying to give his man room to run under it, but it's 2nd down. So 2nd down and 10. Once again, they'll go from the 40.
Gotta do better. Come on, QB, come on. Mike 55. Hey, eat.
General West.
Sweetheart.
Ready?
They'll run it now out of the gun. And they get to him after a gain of 6 to the 46. I think you mentioned in the opening drive that these guys needed to establish the run, protect the young QB. Actually wrote that down, believe it or not. So how would you assess things so far?
I'm kind of touched that you actually wrote something like that down. I appreciate that, partner. But I do think they've been able to do that. Maybe not as effectively as they've wanted to, but I think we'll see more of as this game goes along because they want to continue to take care of that young QB.
Third down, Dalvin Cook. And they'll get him down about 3 yards short of the first. Just a 1-yard gain on the play, and that'll mean a call to the punt team as it's fourth down.
I know they want to go for it here, and I know that their fans want them to go for it. But, listen, I'm going to play head coach right here and look at the facts. Tie game, plus, even if you get the first, you still got a half a field to go. I'll go ahead and punt the football myself.
So they'll play the field position game here as a very nice punt is going to pin them back.
Yeah, it's almost like watching a game of tennis, or do you prefer ping pong, back and forth like that? But it definitely was excellent, wasn't it?
About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. They're going to have to go at least 50, 60 yards here if they want to ensure that they don't have to punt the ball like they did last time.
Yeah, so what you're saying is we're not playing to just get out of the shadow of your own goal line, right? You're playing to make sure the punter doesn't see the field again. So it's not picking up a couple of first downs. You want to pick up 5 or 6 first downs and make sure you move the ball into their territory.
Throwing on 2nd and 3. Prescott, and he will find his big tight end over the middle. Give him 18 on that one, and it's a Dallas first down.
And there's a completion to the tight end, and look at the size of these players nowadays. At that spot, 6'4", 6'5", and up. A lot of guys used to be basketball players, somehow came back to football. And that's really good for the game of football. You're getting better athleticism, great hand-eye coordination, guys who know how to control their bodies when they run their routes. One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half. Maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
On 2nd and 9, Prescott. That one complete to Elliott. Oh, Elliott going to be hit. He coughs it up. Loose football. And the Vikings pick up the football. And he's able to get it back to the 33-yard line.
Our ball, baby. Our ball.
A reminder, once we hit halftime, as we do all season, we'll send it down to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have all the stats and scores from games in progress around the NFL.
The best multitasker in the business, the coach.
2 yards on the carry there. It'll be second down.
Hey, check. Kill.
On second down, Cook. And he will lose yardage here to the 31-yard line. That backs him up 1 yard and brings up third down. Run coverage excellent there from the defensive end position.
How many times do we sit with coaches and they talk about a base defensive end, a guy who can anchor and play with leverage? We just saw a great example of it. And how about the bonus, tackling the runner for a loss?
On third down, Kendall. He'll get the first down and more inside the 20. And finally taken down at the 20-yard line. The Vikings going to signal for the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. First red zone chance now for the Vikings. 1st and 10 right at the 20. Now a give running right, it's Cook. Cook with a first down and much more. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Minnesota. Dalvin Cook, his 14th touchdown now on the year, as his guys are first onto the scoreboard here this afternoon. Extra point right down the middle, and that makes the score 7-0.
Makes the score Vikings 7, Cowboys 0.
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he will be brought down here at about the 17-yard line.
Let's go.
At their own 17-yard line.
About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. Inside of a minute left in the half. Does the fact that you're down on the scoreboard influence what you do, or I guess don't do on this final drive?
It certainly does, but what influences me even more is who I've got running my football team out on the field and the weapons around him. Can he make a play? Can he get into someone that we're going to trust to take care of the ball? If that's the case, I might push it a little bit here and try and get something before the half runs out.
The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6.
Pick it up, pick it up.
44 is the mic. 40. Check. All day, dog.
Prescott.
Watch the run, watch the run.
And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
It's been my observation there's been a nice variety of play calling defensively. You and I often talk about an offense's ability to keep a defense off balance with what they're doing. I think the converse has been true in this game.
Yeah, I think you're right. They seem to have gone off tendency quite a bit, but only the second quarter, a lot of time to change things. Prescott to throw it. And he's caught on the sideline, but he's not going to have a first down. They say he was out of bounds, so a big call there. That brings up 4th. Out now comes the Cowboys punter as he'll kick it away for the second time. And he couldn't get it to check up. That kicks all the way into the end zone for a touchback.
At their own 20-yard line.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And the ball backed way up. So thinking with this amount of time on the clock, probably just sit on it, and we'll see these two teams go to the lockers.
Yeah, I don't think you want to overthink it in this situation. Either side of the ball. Just go ahead and finish up the half and get on out and talk about it.
And with just 4 seconds left in this first half, a timeout call. The big play to start him out has him at the 45 already. The final shot before break. Spencer. And he's going to go down. Couldn't get a throw off with the pressure. Maybe that was for the best, as that brings us to the end of this first half of play. So we have reached halftime with a touchdown. That's the difference on the scoreboard. As we'll send you down to Orlando, and we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. Okay, Coach. Appreciate it. A 1-touchdown game here as we get set to resume play in the second half. The Vikings have to like their position. They've got the lead. They get this football as well as we are back and underway for the second half.
Here we go.
About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. These guys had to punt last time. It has not been a very fruitful game offensively thus far. They haven't even made a trip to the red zone.
And I know that everyone's going crazy on that sideline because that drives you berserk to come off the field, not really move the ball well. As you said, not even get to the red zone, let alone, not even put points on the board. They've got to just take a deep breath, relax, try and figure out what is working, and call more of that.
The last play got just a yard. Here's 2nd and 9 from the 26. Again, it's Elliott. And an alley to run. And they're going to get him behind the line yet again as his nightmare afternoon continues. 11 yards and a Cowboy first down.
Running lanes were at a premium in the first half, but he's able to find some room there, and he's hoping that that's a precursor of a big second half.
So after a good run by Zeke, another 1st and 10.
Here we go, D. Get off the field. Showing it.
And to give this time to the tailback. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3. You know, despite the scoreline, I think they've got to like where they are here. They're on the road and just one big play away from getting right back in this game.
I'm going to follow right along with you because the spot they're in now is a credit to their defense. They've kept them in it by making the plays that they've made, and that just means you're one big score away from being right back there.
Now, the question is, can this offense step up and make that play? Because that's been an issue for them in this game. Prescott's throw going to be caught by Gallup. And he gets this to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out.
Here we go. 4. Mike's by 4. Here we go, D. Here I come. Here I come. Here we go, 46.
Here's Prescott.
Mike, 54.
And he's got his big tight end over the middle, complete. And this is going to turn into another first down as the tackle is made at the Vikings 40.
Let's go, boys. Bring it up.
When this offense can get their tight ends involved, they can move the football. Here, a nice route, able to look it in, and picks up the first down.
10th carry now for Elliott.
Watch the run.
And this has been a familiar sight all afternoon as they stop him behind the line. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd and 11 at the 41-yard line.
Mike, 54. Target. Hey, 47. 24. Watch 26.
They play fake to Elliott. Now Prescott. Rush coming, and he's taken down. Daniil Hunter in there to bring him down, and that is sack number 17 for him now on the year.
3rd down. 3rd and long.
They'll need a big play here. Will Dak and the Cowboys after the sack. It's 3rd and long. Out of the gun, it's Elliott. And he'll go down to the ground at the 39, and obviously that's well short of the first. It's a gain of 11, but they're still well short. It's 4th down. And his kick is good. He got every bit of that one as it's good from 56 yards out. So a decent drive there to start the 3rd quarter. They only salvaged 3 out of it, but they inch a bit closer.
Yeah, but still lots of time to go in this one. That's why you hear that clapping on the sidelines, right? Hey, got some points. As you said, inching their way back in. Time left to go out and get that victory. Well, conventional football 101, tells us if you don't get it back to the 20-yard line on kickoff return, that's a disappointment. But some of these teams, special teams coaches, with approval by the head coach, they give them full authority to go ahead and bring it out and try to be aggressive, almost what we call the green light, red light theory. Green light means go, red light means stop. Looks like he had green on that play.
Throwing to start the drive, Spencer. And they'll bring him down here right around the 17-yard line. It's a 4-yard pickup, and that'll make it 2nd down.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
Check it out.
Pilot, 64, weak.
2nd and 6. And incomplete. He was looking for Adam Thielen there. And it's 3rd down. Partner, we read a great article this week arguing for him to be Defensive Player of the Year. Normally, sacks are the big thing that people point to, but what he's done in the secondary has been something special.
It has been because it's been an all-around game for him, taking the ball away, rushing the quarterback and sacking him himself, doing a number of different things that change the way the game is played.
I got one. 53's the Mike. 53. Check 53.
To throw on 3rd down, Spencer. Looking for Thielen, but it's intercepted. Picked off around the 27. And they're going to be set up in the red zone at the 15. Well, holding on to the lead at this stage in the second half, those are the types of plays you really want to try and stay away from.
And when you're a rookie, keeping your focus is something that you still have to work on all the time because there's so many distractions around you between the crowd noise and your coaches and your teammates. But the other part, you've got to learn how to finish. It's the 2 F's for a rookie quarterback.
It's a loss of a yard there, and it's 2nd down. A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. Looking to throw. Prescott. Flush to his right. And he just chucked that one out of bounds, out of everyone's reach. Maybe a wise call not to take a sack in this part of the field. It brings up 3rd down.
3rd down and 11.
The chance of wasting this great starting field position, a real threat. This is 3rd and long.
44 is the mic. 44 is the mic. Gun. Watch the curls. Fofo's the mic. Mike's Fofo. Army. 47. 44. Mike. 26.
Prescott now.
I'm coming for you, son.
Escaping the pressure right. He may try and run for this. 5 yards that time out of the scramble. But now they're looking at a 4th down situation.
Well, partner, nothing comes open here, so he decides to escape out of there, and he doesn't pick up a 1st down, but he does gain additional yardage to set up a possible field goal attempt if they decide to go that route.
They got the interception, but very little movement after, and that forces him to settle for 3. And it does feel like settling when that happens, doesn't it?
It certainly does, but we got to give a lot of credit where it's due, and that's to the defense because they ran onto the field. This is what we call sudden change, right? Interception, you got to go put out the fire, and they did, holding them to a field goal.
1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. Their defense has done the job. Now it's the offense's turn as they've got it 1st and 10. Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. Throwing the out route and complete. That's Moss. So a decent gain, but all for naught on the penalty.
It's too bad, isn't it? They were feeling pretty good about it. The only people celebrating, the guys who just gave up that play.
All day. Mike, 53.
Hey, exit.
53. Mike. All day, baby. All day. Let's go.
From the gun, Spencer. And this one complete to Smith. Give him 6 on the play, and it'll make it 2nd down. That's a staple of this offense. Drag route to the tight end.
Yeah, he's unable to use his size to break off much more yardage after the catch, but still an effective gain nonetheless.
Here's a 2nd and 2 now from the 33. They'll run it now out of the gun. 2 yards, good enough for a first.
Not too many more ideal situations in 2nd and 2 in order to try and pick up a 1st down. They ran it and picked it up.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10.
Let's go. Check.
Topper. Get it.
Cook. And he will lose yardage back to the 34-yard line. A loss of 2 there, 2nd down.
He has elite instincts from his linebacker spot. He's able to diagnose the run and flies in like a missile to stop that one behind the line of scrimmage.
Set. 15, Lonnie. 15, Lonnie.
Mike, 53. Let's go, D.
Hey, Delta.
53 is the mic. 53 is the mic.
To throw on 2nd down, Spencer. He's got Smith here. And he'll be stopped right at midfield. 17 yards, 1st down, Vikings.
A gain of 17 yards.
And that is going to do it for this 3rd quarter of action. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. This quarterback now, 5 straight completions here in this 2nd half. 1st and 10. Give to Cook out of the gun. Oh, a nifty juke there.
Not much fun for a guy trying to tackle him.
And down to the 44, 5 yards that time. Offensively with the lead, you want to run the ball, keep the clock going, but you also want to still kind of be in attack mode too, right? So how do you do that and not come back on your heels?
Yeah, think about all the practices we've watched where they have that tempo period to go over things just like this, where they describe the scenario, tell you what they're looking for, and make sure that they're still attacking, yet at the same time not going so fast as to leave too much time on the clock.
Tighten up. Pull it together.
They run it again with Cook. And tackled down after a gain of 3. Leaves him with 1 yard to go on third down. The recipe's pretty simple, I think, right? Just give your superstar the ball, continue to feed him.
Yeah, don't overthink this one, right? Make sure he's touching the football, but you're also counting on his intelligence in playing the game as well. If it's not there, don't force the run. Just make sure you hang on to the football and keep the clock ticking.
Buzz.
They'll look to throw for it on 3rd and 1. And this is Cook with a grab. And brought down, but the juke, the very nice juke, gives him the first down yardage there. They're able to convert with a gain of 4. Some good games going on in the early window. This might be the best of the bunch.
It's our time.
First down, here's the run with Cook. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. He'll get 15 and a Vikings first down.
I think we're seeing the effect that runs like that are starting to have on this game. They're a little bit slower, that front seven reacting to the football, almost like body blows in boxing, slowing them down, and they're really starting to take over in this game.
2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
That's a good play by the guys on the defensive side of the ball. Held them to a gain of 2. And that changes the playbook a little bit now for the guy calling plays. 2nd and 8. Now he's got to probably think about going to the air instead of maybe staying with the ground game.
On 2nd down, Kendall. And he'll take this inside the 20 and down to the 18. 2 yards on the carry there, and it's going to lead him to 3rd down.
Well, they had that one sniffed out. Excellent run blitz. Stop that one for a short gain.
What makes a good run blitz a good run blitz?
The ability to stay on task, to follow up your assignment, go to the gap you're supposed to cover, and not be deterred by anything else.
55, 55. All day, baby, all day. Check, 55 to Mike. Check, 55 to Mike. Rabbit.
On 3rd down, Spencer. Man open, it's Moss, complete. And brought down, but not before they get it inside the 10 to the 7. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. So 1st and goal, 6 points here would go a long way toward wrapping this one up. They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And he'll be stopped up after only a couple of yards as he gets it down to the 5. Able to stay in bounds, so the clock keeps rolling. And this defense right now backed up in the red zone. Another touchdown, it's over. They've got to stand tall quickly.
Been in this spot before. Now there's a little bit of desperation creeping in. And all you're doing when you're talking to your defensive teammates is, first guy there, hold him up. Second, third guy in, rake at the football. Get it out. We've got to create a turnover because one more score, and this game's over.
5 yards that time on the completion, and now it's 3rd and goal. The battle in the trenches never more important than right now. This is 3rd and inches. They'll run it. Here's Cook. And he will take this one into the end zone for a Viking touchdown. Dalvin Cook with touchdown number 15 of the year and 2nd of the game. And the Vikings are going to widen that advantage. No problem there on the extra point, and that will ensure that it will take a touchdown and a 2-point conversion to tie it. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away.
The Cowboys take over first
All day, baby, all day.
at their own 25-yard line.
About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. And they had 3 points last time, but they didn't want 3 points because they were well within range of scoring a touchdown. We'll see if they can do better now.
I'm with you on that one. Let's just go ahead and be frank about the whole thing. The only one happy about the 3-point.
The kicker.
Exactly. He put it through the post. throws. That's going to help him at contract time. But that offense, they're thinking, let's get in the end zone this time.
I don't know if that helped him at contract time. You could have kicked that one through.
I don't know about that.
Toe bash.
I don't know about that.
Toe bashed it.
Super toe.
From Viking territory now, they'll come up 1st and 10 at the 46. Out of the gun, here's Prescott. And that's Elliott, complete. It'll be a pickup of only a yard, and that'll bring up 2nd down.
Dang, baby.
Brings up 2nd and 9 at the 45-yard line.
4th quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a one-score game.
Strong right. 3 down. Hey, check. 3 down.
So the Cowboys in possession of the football here as we get you reset. They come up on a 2nd down now in a game that looks like it's going to go down to the wire. On the RPO, Prescott's going to keep it himself. And it's incomplete, broken up. But there is a flag down. Let's see what that's about. Too far downfield, something those linemen have to watch out for, and that time it costs them. So they'll come up after the incompletion for 2nd down. Prescott now from the 50. Eluding and he can't get a throw away. He's taken down. Danielle Hunter in there for sack number 85 of his great career, moving him past Hall of Famer Howie Long on the all-time list. And they'll need a big play here. Will Dak and the Cowboys after the sack. It's 3rd and long. And there is Amari Cooper, his first catch. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. They do get 10 back, but still a ways to go on 4th. One score down. Here we go. They're going to go for it here on 4th down.
Watch the slant. Fofo's the Mike. Mike's Fofo.
Now Prescott on 4th down. And he will find his big tight end over the middle. And they're able to work this to the 25 before it's all said and done. They keep the game alive, at least for the moment, as it's a 1st down. Off play action to Elliott. Here's Prescott. Oh, no, he lost the football.
On plays like this where the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back. Because this is a quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or have moved away from him. In this case, though, a teammate is able to come up with the ball.
Back to throw. Throw left side complete. It's Elliott. And he is out of bounds, looks like right at the 15. A gain of 3 last play. This time they double it and pick up 6. Play number 7 coming on this drive. It's 3rd and inches. They'll look to throw.
Wild Bill.
And the throw there going to be incomplete. So now it's 4th down and short, and whatever they do, run or pass it, they've got to pick up the first here.
Yeah, and you mentioned running it. That is still an option, but as you also said, they've got to do it quickly and get back to the line of scrimmage.
Again, the offense will stay out there. They've converted once on this drive. What can they do here on 4th down? He's back to throw. That's going to be caught at the 10-yard line. And all the way down inside the 5 to the 4. Now the Vikings will use the second of their timeouts. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play. One receiver to the left is Cooper. 1st and goal, a touchdown and a 2-point conversion here are musts. Now a throw to the end zone on 1st down, but it winds up incomplete.
Well, he's been targeted quite a bit on this drive, and finally I think the guys on the defensive side, they said no more. They slapped the double coverage on him, made it very tough for him to get the ball.
Line of scrimmage, again the 4-yard line, 2nd and goal.
You better be afraid of me.
Back to throw. And this will be caught. Touchdown. So in the final minute here now, a 2-point conversion will tie the game. Listen to this crowd now. Their guys need a stop on this two-point conversion.
That's right, baby. They don't want it. Switch it. Come on, switch it. Check 52.
They're going to try and run for it. And he will get in. The two-point conversion is good, and we may be on our way to overtime. This one tied at 14 now as he sends this one away.
The Vikings take over.
That's it, baby. We're going to work.
At their own 25-yard line.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. They have a little bit of time here to get into field goal range. Not much. A tie game, you don't want to do anything crazy, right?
I agree with you on that one. Risk reward, okay? If you go for it, what is the absolute reward on this? But the risk is probably greater. Run the clock out, get to overtime, and try and win it there.
All right, we'll see if they do just that.
80 weapons.
Watch quick.
On first down, Kendall. He finds an opening past the 40. A big hitter there, a first down gain of 26 yards. Probably had 60,000 thinking pass right there, including us in the booth.
Yeah, no doubt about it. That was a big call, big guts on that one. And guess what? That run, it'll pay dividends.
Ready. 18 Gator.
Yeah, let's get a sack lunch.
Hey, Foxtrot.
Hey, check Mike. Watch 55. I'm coming.
Throwing on first down. Spencer flushed out right. And that one drops to the ground. Incomplete. Clock stops here just inside of 20 seconds. 19 left. I see you nodding your head up and down. It's a very heady decision at this stage of the game. Out of the pocket, nowhere to go. Just get rid of it.
That's a smart play because you're not worried about your completion percentage, and you're also not trying to force it into bad traffic as well. Throw the ball away, live to fight another down.
He'll be taken down at the 48 for a pickup of 2 yards. The Vikings going to use their third and final timeout, as it'll come with 15 seconds to play in the ball game. And they'll need the 39 here for a first. This is third down.
Mike, 55. Check, 55, Mike.
Yeah, that's what I do.
55's Mike, got
Operating from the gun, Spencer. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off at the 38, and his guys are going to take over at the 39-yard line.
First and 10 at their own 39-yard line.
About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. They'd like to avoid overtime here, so maybe they can work the sidelines, but then defensively, how do they adjust to that if they do work the sideline?
It's the old leverage game, and we usually talk about leverage at the line of scrimmage, right? Who's going to win with the low blocking and everything that goes along with that. But in this case, you're trying as a defender to leverage them towards the middle of the field, not let them get to the sidelines and try and tackle them in bounds in order to run the clock out.
Chess match here late. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. The tally there, -2 yards, brings up third down. And here in overtime, if the team that receives the ball scores a touchdown, it's over. If they don't, we can still have some more football.
That's exactly right. If they go down and kick a field goal, the other team gets a possession to either match it or score a touchdown to win the ball game. If both teams kick field goals, the next team to score wins. But if the receiving team throws a pick six or fumbles the ball and it gets picked up by the defense and they score, the game is over at that point.
So a tie ball game here as the kick's away.
Let's go!
Let's
The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. They control their own destiny here. They have the football in overtime. Obviously, a touchdown would win it.
And I think teams around the league are still adjusting to the idea of going downfield, scoring a touchdown wins the game, because they were used to just going downfield and trying to get in field goal range to win a game. Still having to make that transition. Let's face it now, the ones who are doing it best know they need to go down, attack, put the ball in the end zone, and not leave it up to a field goal and give the other team a chance.
Yeah, as we said, they control their own destiny now.
Mike,
Don't get nervous.
catch it.
You draw corkers. Hey, Charlie.
Check. 53's Mike. Check.
Let's go. Be friendly.
Now a first throw here in overtime. That'll be complete to Cook. And he'll be tackled at the 23 after a gain of 3.
Last stop.
Everyone's got to be able to catch the football. Doesn't matter what position you play, but if you're on offense, be aware a ball may come your way. I spy a couple of extra defensive backs on the field for Dallas.
Cowboys in the dime on third.
Let's go. Hey, we got Mike, number 53. Mike, 53. All right.
Five.
Let's go, D. Let's go.
From the gun, Spencer.
Get there.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Jalen Smith able to record his 5th sack of the season.
Now, that was just absolute perfect man coverage. Nowhere for them to go with the football. Led to a sack, and that's really difficult to do in today's NFL with all these gazelles running around that you're trying to cover in the secondary.
A good return there, call it 13 yards. And the Cowboys will take over the football with a 1st and 10. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. Their defense did its job, got the stop. All they need is 3, and this is over.
Couldn't have done much else other than score themselves and end it, but they turned it back over to them, and now all they need is a field goal to win the game. An excellent job by the defense. Can the offense finish things off?
Part 1 is done, now part 2.
Check. Crunch.
Now what can Prescott do in the OT? And this is incomplete. Right there on the coverage to knock that ball away was Mike Hughes.
You got to remember, because now that we're in overtime, mistakes get magnified. So you got to walk that line between being aggressive and being careful, because that was a dangerous throw right there. You obviously could not have an interception in this spot.
And nearly was an interception. He's lucky to get that one back.
44 is the Mike. 44. Check.
On third down, it's Prescott. Over the middle, complete. It's Elliott. Give them 15 there, and the Cowboys have a first.
And this is why trying to cover the angle route is so difficult. Anyone playing the linebacker position, when they see a running back out of the backfield widen, because he heads towards the flat first, oftentimes you widen too much and overcommit. He cuts up inside, and that's what we saw there. A nice pickup for a first down.
Let's go.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10.
It's going to be a long day. Tighten up. Swerve. Check. Lucky. Watch the edge.
They go back to Elliott. He's been busy. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. The safety, Keanu Neal, there to make the tackle.
He's definitely tough to get down. We just saw it right there. But how about what we did see? Pursuit, wrap up, and then the big finish with the tackle.
So now one of the biggest kicks of the night is forthcoming. From the left hash, this will be a 52-yard attempt. Another timeout called by the Vikings now. They'll be left with just one remaining here at OT.
51 to Mike. Watch the run.
They go to Elliott again. He'll get the first down and more inside the 20. And he is in for the score. And it is absolute stunned silence here as they win it on the road in overtime. Partner, a great game that we got to see and making it extra special. Not only did I get 4 quarters with you in this one, I got some overtime, a little whipped cream on top.
Look at you, trying to make this
just want you to pay for my meal later.
You really just wanted 4 quarters what you wanted. But how much fun was that? We had that type of a game where we got us to overtime, and then we get the dramatic ending to finish things off as well. What a game.
So for Dallas, it's a 10th win of the year now as they move to 10-4, and they will head back home next week. Meanwhile, for Minnesota, they fall to 8-6 with the loss. And they'll try and turn things around next week as they have a date at MetLife Stadium with the New York Jets. Thanks for tuning in, everybody. Alongside Charles Davis, we thank our entire crew. I'm Brandon Gaudin. This is the NFL on EA Sports.